Hello, everybody. I want to do a quick video talking about our last essay, assignment 7-1 at home in the information ecosystem. So in this brief video, I'm going to talk about what the assignment is asking you to do. I'm going to discuss the sample organizational outline that you're given and strongly suggest that you use that. I'm going to talk to you about the sources that you're supposed to use in this paper, as well as how you're supposed to cite your sources and what your works cited page should look like. Okay. So if we look at our introduction here, it says, in this formal sourced academic essay, you will revisit the framing text for the course from Module 1, The Information Ecosystem by Newt O. Berger, and update it for the contemporary present moment. Where Berger discusses the rise of cable, telephones, and computers, you may focus on streaming, smartphones, and the internet. Essentially, you're going to describe the current information ecosystem to include how information is created and shared, as well as how information is consumed. Now, I'm not going to leave you out here hanging, okay? I am going to give you some guidelines, okay? So here it says that you can discuss any of these things, but I want you to follow the organizational model below, okay? So you can talk about how the integrity of information changes when everyone has the ability to create and distribute that information. What new and emerging technologies are playing or will play an essential role in information creation and consumption in the future. AI, anybody? How the information ecosystem today is better than it was in the past. Dangers or pitfalls of the contemporary or current information ecosystem, and anything else you find interesting or relevant. So like I said, I provided a sample organizational model, and I strongly suggest that you use it. So we're going to go through each section of this. I'm going to expound on what's expected, and then we're going to talk about citation a little bit and the guidelines, and I'm going to end the video, okay? So first things first, in your sample organizational model, you want to begin with an introduction. Your introduction should first summarize the Berger article. So remember, the original article by Newt O. Berger, you need to summarize it, okay? Now, it also gives you some questions that you want to consider as you write your summary. So number one, what was the information ecosystem like in 1989? How did Berger feel about it? And what were his concerns? Remember, he was extremely concerned about the changes in the information ecosystem. So you want to touch on those things in your summary. And then the last sentence of your introduction should be your specific thesis that summarizes how you believe the information ecosystem has changed in the decades since the article was written. Now, even though it's asking how you believe the information ecosystem has changed, that doesn't mean that I want you to write in first or second person. So that means I should not see I, me, ours, us, we. I should not see you, yours, yourself, myself. You still want to write in third person, because at the end of the day, if your name is on your paper and it's written in third person, I still know that the ideas are coming from you, the writer. I don't need you to say, I think, I feel, I believe, okay? I also don't want to see, in this essay, we will discuss the information ecosystem and how it's changed the decades since the original article was written. Do not announce what your essay will do. Simply state your claim, which is that the information ecosystem has changed, and then give me your reasons. Tell me how it's changed, and make sure that all those things are addressed in the body of your paper, okay? So once we've got our introduction done, we're going to move on to body section 1. Body section 1 is where you describe the benefits of the contemporary information ecosystem. That just means we are in the contemporary information ecosystem right now, okay? So you need to describe the benefits or the advantages of the ecosystem that we're in right now. And you want to be specific and give examples of new and traditional media that illustrate or support your ideas or your points, okay? If you notice, it says body section 1. That's because this should not be one paragraph. A body section could mean a couple or a few paragraphs, because you're not going to write a paragraph that just discusses all the benefits. No, if you've got 3 benefits of the contemporary information ecosystem that you want to write about, that you can expound on, then that means you should have 3 paragraphs in body section 1. okay? A good rule of thumb is one idea per paragraph. No mixing it up, okay? I want you to focus on one benefit per paragraph, one thing per paragraph. Give that paragraph a strong topic sentence. Give us some supporting sentences that provide evidence and analysis. Give me a closing sentence that brings it to a close and wraps it up, and move on to the next paragraph, okay? So, body section 2. Now remember, body section 1, we're describing the benefits. And body section 2, we're describing the potential pitfalls or the dangers of the contemporary information ecosystem. Because while we've got positives of this information ecosystem that we're in, we've got scary, dangerous things also. So we're going to discuss those. And you notice it says body section 2, which means we should have more than one paragraph in this section of the paper, because there are more than one pitfall that you can discuss, okay? You want to, again, cite specific examples of new media and traditional media that illustrate your points. Also, you're going to use sources and things that we've read in the class to support your ideas. As you do that, make sure that you're providing in-text citations for any information from a source that you have either summarized, paraphrased, or directly quoted. And also, I don't want to see 5,000 quotes in this paper. You need to quote sparingly, okay? I quote every once in a while. If you're going to use information from a source, the best way to do it is to paraphrase. Just remember, just because you rewrote something in your own words does not mean it is your thoughts. It is your ideas. You have got to give credit to the original source through an in-text citation. And MLA style uses the author's last name and the page number format, okay? Body section 3. So once you've discussed the benefits of the information ecosystem, our current one, and you've discussed the potential dangers of our current information ecosystem, the third body section needs to discuss what you think our future will look like in regard to information creation and distribution. Okay? We know what it looks like now. What does the future hold? Okay. And remember, you're just given a projection here, so there's not really any wrong answer. But I want you still to kind of use your critical thinking skills and your common sense. Okay. Don't go too off the wall here. Okay. A question that kind of helps you answer that is, what is happening now that might set up the next radical change? One thing that should be on the forefront of everybody's mind is AI, because while it has been here for a very long time, AI has been pushed to the forefront right now. And there is tons of evidence that it's going to change things. It's already changing the landscape of education in our workplace. Okay. And then the conclusion asks you to return again to the 1989 article, that's Berger's article, and draw connections between the current future ecosystem and what Berger saw happening in the 1980s. So remember, Berger saw a shift, right? He saw a change from what he knew to what was coming, this future. So what it's suggesting is that we're seeing something similar. And what I want you to do is draw connections between what Berger saw back then and what we're seeing right now. Where are the similarities? Okay. Once you do that, you're going to hit your 750 words for sure. Okay. So for your source requirements, I am requiring 3 sources for this paper. So please, let's make sure you're clear on that. The first one needs to be a sample or example of a text created for general audiences in a new or digital medium. So remember, we talked about what new and digital media is. That's things that are streamed, right? That can be a YouTube video, a TikTok, that could be a tweet, right? These are all things that are made in this new digital media, okay? You can use one of those needs to be used as a source for this paper. Also, you need a source that's created for a general audience in a traditional or professional medium. So that could be a news article, right? That is an example of something that's created in a traditional or professional medium. They should both be on the same topic. So your text for your digital medium and your text for your traditional medium, they should be unified by a common topic. It should be something related to the information ecosystem or our current information age, right? And then the last source that's required is the actual article that we read in Module 1, the information ecosystem. Those are the 3 things that you must have. That is a non-negotiable, okay? Then when we get into our grading criteria, it needs to be a formal academic argument that addresses the above prompts. It needs to be presented in MLA, forget ABA, MLA style, and include a sources list. It needs to include a works cited page. And it needs to be between 750 and 850 words. Okay. It also says that if you want to have visual components, meaning if you want to have images in your essay, you can, but it still needs to be 750 to 850 words. So I don't care if you create a picture book, but you need to hit that word count. Okay. It also says that you can have more than 3 sources if necessary, and it might require you to make the argument you need to make. You might need more than 3 sources, and that is okay. If I were you, when you're looking for sources, I would go back in our class. Every single module, I have resources for you. Go back in those resources and pull that stuff, okay? You don't have to go too far to get this kind of information. Most of what you need is already housed in your class, okay? And the last thing I want to touch on is citations. When you summarize, paraphrase, or quote information, you must have a citation. Some of you feel like you can just use source material and then give me a works cited at the end that has your 3 little sources and you're good to go. That is not true. If you do not use in-text citation within the body of your paper, then I don't know what information is paraphrased or quoted or summarized and what information is yours alone, okay? If you're not sure how to do an in-text citation for MLA style, I suggest you type Purdue OWL MLA in-text. Ooh, I can't type. In-text citation. Boom, it's right here. Purdue OWL, which is their online writing lab, is one of the best resources in the country. That university has got their stuff together, okay? If you Google it, it comes right here. It says MLA in-text citations, the basics, and it gives you the rundown of, first of all, what the in-text citation looks like, why we use it, why it's important. If I were you, I would read this information. It even gives you an example of what these citations look like, okay? Once you read this, if you're still stuck, there are videos that can help you as well. Where are their videos? Okay, they actually have a video here popping up on the screen. So let's scroll down. Well, they had a video. Hold on a minute, guys. And if you notice, they tell you how to cite different things, right? How to cite multiple works by the same author, how to cite multi-volume works, how to cite the Bible, right? How to cite indirect sources, how to cite transcripts, plays, screenplays, right? How to cite non-print sources from the internet, how to cite electronic sources, all sorts of things, right? So if you need it, it's here. It's also information is also in your handbook if you bought your handbook. But if not, you've got the basics here, which gives you a basic rundown of what we do for MLA in-text citations. Then we've got more specific things here. And we've got other resources. So let's see if the videos are here. I would think they'd be here. I know they have videos. I'm just trying to find them on their homepage. So if you don't see it, you can always... All right. So I'm going to click this video because I believe it's going to take me to YouTube. All right. Maybe it's not. Hold on a minute. So if I click on their lab, they have their MLA guide, which is where I generally was already. I do not see the videos. They do have an MLA PowerPoint presentation. They have a sample paper that you can look at, but they also have videos too, and that's what I was looking for. So if you don't see the videos right away, which I think this might be a dialog box for their video, let's look here. Okay. It's something like that. And they've got a playlist. But you can also go to our friends at YouTube. You can type Purdue University and look and find there tons of videos on MLA format, MLA in-text citations, and everything. So you can get the written information here, but there's also video tutorials available also. I suggest that you go out and look for it. There's nothing stopping you guys from using your resources to find the information that you need. If you're not sure how to do something, there are 5 million other people that are willing to teach you how to do it just like me. So don't feel locked into just the resources that I give you. Go out and find your own resources too. Any writing center for a university or community college provides this information somewhere. Okay. So basically, that's all I have for you. I want you to use the sample organizational model. Also, please, please, please go to NetTutor. Turn your paper into NetTutor and get some feedback. I'm giving up to 5 additional points on your assignment if you use NetTutor. You just need to make sure you let me know and send me a copy of your NetTutor report, and I will make sure you get your points. Sending it into NetTutor will give you some feedback, okay? You want to make sure that you're asking for feedback on the bigger concerns, like maybe your thesis statement or your organization or your topic development, okay? You want to send that, and you should get some information or some feedback back within 24 to 48 hours. So hopefully this video was helpful. I'm sorry that it was so long, but my goal was to just give you guys an overview of assignment 7-1 and make you feel a little bit more comfortable about what you're doing here. All I ask is that you give it a try and do your best work. I am available via email. You can also text me at 305-417-9833. Just as long as you don't text me too late, but you can text me and ask me questions. You can also email, and I'll be happy to assist you or point you in the direction of somewhere where you can get the information that you need. So with that said, I hope you guys have a fantastic night and a great week.